Ladies, before you even think about swiping right, listening to another dating guru, or playing the game, I need you to stop. Stop and hear me, because what I'm about to say will make your jaw drop. It will make your heart race, and it will shatter every single idea you've been sold about dating, love, and your own worth. The truth is dating advice, the so-called wisdom that floods your feeds, your podcasts, your glossy magazines. It's not just wrong. It's actively ruining high-value women like you. Women who are already extraordinary, already magnetic, already capable of bending reality with a glance. I remember when I first realized this. I was sitting in my favorite Parisian cafe, the morning sunlight painting gold across the cobblestones, sipping a cappuccino that cost more than a week's groceries back home, watching people try to impress each other with all the wrong energy, all the wrong tactics. They were anxious, desperate, and completely oblivious that men, lovers, partners, they don't chase women they can't sense the power of, that they don't desire women who mimic their insecurities or follow someone else's outdated playbook. I see you nodding, because deep down, you've felt it too, that itch, that frustration, that nagging realization that all these tips, tricks, routines, and strategies don't elevate you, they dilute you. They tell you to shrink, to perform, to compromise your energy, to lower your standards, to laugh at jokes that aren't funny, to wait for him to text, to compete with invisible women that don't even exist. And here's the brutal truth: they're not helping you. They are training you to become ordinary. When you were born extraordinary, the men you're meant to attract, they are not following the rules either. They feel authenticity, presence, energy. They respond to dominance and grace, not desperate strategies and overanalyzed text messages. I want you to feel this in your bones. Feel it like a pulse through your veins. Dating advice is not your friend, it's a cage. And queens, we don't do cages. We break them. We look beyond the surface. We understand the psychology behind attraction, desire, power, and control. And we do it while sipping champagne in heels that make the world stop when we enter a room. Every interaction becomes a game of energy. Every glance, every word, every choice, we wield it like a weapon because we know our value. And if you're ready, really ready, to step into this energy, to take back your power, to start attracting men who are worthy of your presence, I'm about to show you exactly how to do it without the fluff, without the rules, and without anyone else's permission. But you have to stay with me, because what comes next is not something you'll hear anywhere else. Now, let's talk about why this advice is so toxic, and more importantly, how to unlearn it without losing your edge. Most women are being sold a lie disguised as empowerment, things like text him every day to keep him interested, play hard to get but not too hard, always look available but mysterious. Listen, I tried those strategies. I followed every single guideline, and I ended up exhausted, drained, second-guessing myself, and worst of all, invisible to the men I wanted to magnetize most. It wasn't until I started observing high-value men, the men who move through the world like kings, who are selective, discerning, and fully aware of their desires, that I realized the patterns. They aren't attracted to convenience. They are not impressed by anxiety or effort. They are drawn to presence, confidence, and energy that radiates self-worth. So I began experimenting, testing, refining, learning psychological triggers and subtle dominance techniques that elevate a woman from ordinary to unforgettable. It's about so much more than a smile or a perfect Instagram aesthetic. It's a language of power, of subtle control, of refined femininity that commands respect before a word is spoken. And it's not just theory, it's practical, actionable, and luxurious. I want you to imagine yourself in a 5-star suite, silk sheets under your fingertips, the man across from you captivated by your calm, intoxicating energy, unsure how to approach, yet drawn irresistibly to your aura. That's the energy of a high-value woman who has shed outdated dating advice and embraced her power. We're talking about mastering conversation like an art form, sending signals that hint, tease, and provoke without desperation, and crafting a presence so magnetic that men don't just want you, they can't stop thinking about you. This is the secret they never teach you in blogs or podcasts. This is the truth that separates the women who are desired from the women who are tolerated. And every step of this transformation begins with recognizing that you are enough. More than enough. You are lethal, mesmerizing, and untouchable to anyone who doesn't match your vibration. Once you embody that energy, the rest of the flirtation, the seduction, the attraction becomes effortless, almost inevitable. And yes, queens, you can do this while maintaining your career, your hobbies, your friends, and your luxurious life. Because true power isn't about scarcity. It's about abundance, elegance, and confidence that radiates like light in every room you enter. So, if you're ready to shed the useless rules, to stop playing games you were never meant to play, and to finally step into the high-value woman you were always destined to be, this is your invitation, and I promise, you won't look back. Finally, here's how you cement this energy in every aspect of your life and relationships, so you become untouchable, unforgettable, and undeniably magnetic. It starts with your mindset. If you believe that you have to change for someone else, if you believe that your power is negotiable, you're already falling into the trap. High-value women don't chase. They curate. They don't beg. They inspire longing. They don't follow advice, they create their own blueprint. And this blueprint, my loves, is filled with deliberate choices, psychological mastery, and unapologetic self-expression. For example, I never reply immediately to messages unless it serves my energy. I set the rhythm. I dress in ways that feel luxurious and magnetic, not just trendy. I maintain my social circle, my passions, my freedom, so that every interaction is an encounter with a full, vibrant woman, not a hollow version trying to fit someone else's fantasy. I watch for the subtleties, micro-expressions, tone, body language, and I respond in ways that shift dynamics in my favor, without ever appearing manipulative, without ever losing authenticity. Because dominance is feminine, seductive, and invisibly it's felt, not shouted. And here's the kicker: once you master this, dating advice becomes irrelevant. You no longer need to memorize scripts or follow strategies. Men will instinctively be drawn to you, not because of what you say, but because of who you are. Confident, luminous, unapologetically high value. And when they chase, when they desire, when they invest, know that it's because you've mastered your energy, your presence, and your standards. That, my dears, is the ultimate power. So, as you leave this video, I want you to comment below your biggest takeaway. Turn on notifications, because this is only the beginning. And remember, every time you step into your power, every time you choose presence over performance, you rewrite the rules of attraction. You are not just dating. You are commanding. You are not just beautiful. You are unstoppable. And the world, the men, the lovers thee will adjust to your frequency, or they will fade away. Choose wisely. Rise unapologetically. And remember, high-value women don't play the game. They own it. Now, go and make them remember you. And here's the final truth, the part that will linger in your mind long after this video ends, stating: attraction, relationships, they are never about effort in the way you've been told. They are about energy, presence, and unwavering self-respect. The moment you accept that, the moment you truly embody it, everything shifts. Men begin to notice you without you doing a thing. Doors open, invitations arrive, opportunities appear, and not because you chase them, but because you became magnetic, irresistible, untouchable. You no longer negotiate your worth. You radiate it and the world. The men, the lovers, they respond naturally. You'll find that subtle gesturous tilt of your head, the pause in your voice, the calm in your gaze carry more power than any scripted text message or manipulative trick ever could. Every action becomes deliberate, every word layered with intent, every presence a force field of desire. You start to understand the psychology behind human attraction. The art of subtle dominance, the magnetic pull of feminine energy, and the most intoxicating part, you do it without losing your joy, your laughter, your freedom. You do it while living your luxurious, full, radiant life. Because high-value women don't compromise, they curate. They elevate. They inspire. And every man, every partner, every admirer, whether they realize it or not, responds to that energy, to that frequency, to that unapologetic version of you who refuses to shrink, who refuses to settle, who refuses to be anything less than sovereign. So rise, my queen. Step fully into this power. Let the world feel the gravity of your presence. Comment below your biggest breakthrough. Share this energy with someone who needs it. And keep returning here, because this is your sanctuary for mastery, magnetism, and feminine dominance. The truth is no longer a secret. You've heard it. You've felt it. And now you own it. High-value women aren't created by advice, they are awakened by realization. And today, you've awakened. Now go out there and let them remember you, forever.